The best horror movies you should see before Halloween. The Halloween Ceremony has recorded some scary works for itself in the horror genre, and in this video, we will discuss the best horror movies that you should watch before Halloween. Halloween is a celebration that means the Night of the Saints and is held every year on October 31st. This celebration is one of the customs and rituals of Christian people, which is done with the aim of remembering the past and martyrs of Christian saints. In this ceremony, people go to big parties with strange and sometimes terrible clothes, and children also go to the houses of the neighborhood to get chocolates to have fun with each other. As you can see, the centrality of the Halloween theme comes from the place where the children are separated in the streets and the parents go to different parties. This particular topic can raise different titles that great directors, inspired by these titles, create scary works. Halloween franchise. Directors: David Gordon Green, John Carpenter, Rick Rosenthal, Steve Miner. Actors: Jamie Lee Curtis, Nick Castle. Publication year: 1978 to 2022. The Halloween franchise is undoubtedly the best Halloween-themed horror movie you can watch. This super popular franchise has a slasher genre and includes 13 different movies from a character named Michael Myers who commits different murders in each episode. The earliest version of this franchise was released in 1978, and the latest version was released just a few days ago and was given to different viewers, and Michael Myers' case was closed forever. The story of the film is about a psychotic killer named Michael Myers who intends to kill the protagonist, Laurie Strode. Michael has a calm personality that hides behind a scary mask, the most symbolic masks in horror movies, and for his purpose, he can sacrifice any person. His weapon is a kitchen knife, and every year on Halloween night, he wakes up to commit his murders. Monster House. Director: Jill Keenan. Cast: Michelle Musso, Sam Lerner, Spencer Locke. Publication year: 2006. Score: 6.6. This charming animation is one of the best horror movies for kids that is told on Halloween night and is about Mr. Nutcracker, a mysterious neighbor who confiscates everything that falls in his yard. DJ's parents go out of town for the weekend and leave DJ to babysit Elizabeth. But DJ and his friends leave the house at night to discover the secret of the monster's house and create exciting and scary events at the same time. In this animation, we see a haunted house that tries to kill anyone who harms it in the slightest. Solving the mystery of this mysterious house by 3 children is very attractive and can be a comedy work for any viewer. Also, the atmosphere of the Halloween night of this animation is extremely well done and is full of various symbols that we see on this night. The Addams Family. Director: Barry Sunfield. Actors: Angelica Huston, Christina Ricci, Raul Julia. Publication year: 1991. Score: 6.9. The story of this movie is about Gomez Addams, who lives an unconventional life in a strange palace with his wife and 2 children. Gomez is looking for Foster, her missing brother, and the family's scheming lawyer is trying to replace Foster with a man named Gordon and take over the Addams family estate. The Addams Family is one of the most popular families in the world of horror cinema and classic literature, which has the best atmosphere of the horror genre with a Halloween-like atmosphere. The palace where this family lives gives the feel of Gothic movies, and that is why this movie is one of the right choices for pre-Halloween. The Omen. Director: John Moore. Actors: Julia Stiles, Liv Schreiber, Mia Farrow. Publication year: 2006. Scored 5.5. The movie The Omen is about Robert Thorne, an American diplomat who, after the death of his son, he and his wife try to secretly adopt a child. This movie is one of the best religious horror movies that can connect well with Halloween symbols and become one of the scariest Halloween movies. The original version of this movie was made in 1970 and is a far better work than this version. But the most important element that separates these 2 films is the autumnal, cold and soulless atmosphere created by John Moore. Coraline. Director: Henry Selick. Actors: Dakota Fanning, Terry Hatcher, Jennifer Saunders. Publication year: 2009. Score: 7.7. Coraline Animation is one of the best stop-motion horror films of recent decades, which has a very serious and dark story. This animation is based on the fantasy novel of the same name, which is one of the few works that is better than the book. The story of this animation is about an adventurous girl who finds a different world. It is an idealized and strange version of his boring house, but there are scary secrets hidden there. The dark atmosphere that exists in the story has also spread to the animation and can communicate well with the mood of Halloween. Trick or Treat. Director: Michael Dougherty. Actors: Kevin Lord, Anna Paquin, Dylan Baker. Publication year: 2007. Score: 6.7. This movie contains 4 intertwined stories of Halloween night. A simple high school student who lives a secret life as a serial killer. A girl who thinks she has found the right man for her life. A woman who hates Halloween and has to deal with her husband, who is the opposite of her, are all stories that take place on Halloween night. They are intermingled in a fascinating film. This may not be the best Halloween horror movie by Mr. Michael Dougherty, but the 4 stories that go together are good entertainment for you and your friends to watch on Halloween night. The Blair Witch Project. Directors: Eduardo Sanchez, Daniel Myrick. Actors: Ray Huntz, Joshua Leonardo, Michael C. Williams. Publication year: 1999. Score: 6.5. The Blair Witch Project is one of the most realistic horror films of the late 20s, made in a new style that managed to make moviegoers think it was based on reality. The story is about 3 young documentarians who decide to make a documentary about an old real event called the Blair Witch Project, and for this purpose, they enter a scary forest. But due to losing the map, after some time very scary things happen in the forest. This movie does not take place on Halloween and it is not in an urban space, but the forest atmosphere that the 3 documentarians enter and the symbols they see make this film suitable for this celebration. Sleepy Hollow. Director: Tim Burton. Actors: Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, Christopher Walken. Publication year: 1999. Score: 7.3. The movie Sweeney Todd was one of Tim Burton's first collaborations with Johnny Depp, which presented a horror film with a fantasy atmosphere. The story of the film is about a person named Benjamin Barker aka Sweeney Todd, an English barber and a serial killer who murders his customers with a razor blade. Apart from Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci also shows a memorable role to the fans, and from that movie, she becomes a prominent actress in this genre. This movie also does not take place on Halloween, but those who are familiar with Mr. Tim Burton's atmosphere creation see that the atmosphere of the movie is similar to Halloween and can be considered one of the best horror movies that have a Halloween theme. Ghostbusters. Director: Ivan Reitman. Actors: Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. Publication year: 1984. Score: 7.8. The movie Ghostbusters is one of the outstanding works of science fiction that has many fans in America. This film has a new atmosphere to the mysterious world of this genre by adding humor to the sci-fi and horror element, producing one of the best films that is still enduring. Ghostbusters follows 3 parapsychology professors who have just been fired from university and decide to open a shop and start hunting ghosts. The special effects may look a little dated, but the aesthetics used make the real ghosts that much scarier. The music, the winter atmosphere, the costumes, and various other elements make for a fascinating film for those who love 80s horror comedies. The Amityville Horror. Director: Stuart Rosenberg. Actors: James Brolin, Margaret Kidder, Rod Steiger. Publication year: 1979. Score: 6.1. A newly married couple moves into a house where murder has already occurred. Since their arrival, the two have witnessed strange events in that house, which makes them run away. This movie is inspired by Halloween by using seasonal elements and cold atmosphere. The director tries to give a new soul to the actors and put all the focus of the film on the sentimentality of the actors, but still the atmosphere of the film sends you to Halloween and that mood.